funding for my special theory of nudity. When all the king's horses and Humpty Dumpty denounced me for heresy. I was stretched on a rack, I was burnt at the stake, I was beaten and hung from a tree. I was nailed to a cross, I was shamed and struck off for believing in what I could see. For believing in what I'd seen in the night sky, for announcing the place of the sun, for standing in the bend in the river and saying, "Thy will and not mine be done." For insisting to kings that this world was sacred, every flower, every slug, every hive. For bowing before the lilies in the field, I was stripped naked and buried alive. Now you don't have to believe me, but don't judge me by the suit I don't wear. A sequence of genes, a corruption of queens, and all of the cupboards are bare. When they got to the field, it was too late. The grain had shriveled and died, while the flowers, the bees, everybody but we knew the seed was her own reason why. But that river keeps on flowing, ain't no holding it back. All the things we reach for here and all the things we pack. The king, he did covet their feathers, while the queen, she did covet their fur. So they called in the horses and all of their wise men to prove that all of this world was other. They said it was only a tree. They said it was only a garden, and they banished the world. It was only. Now all the world that is king to us, we have made subject and denied. Backs are broken and wings are shorn, and not a tear flows from our eyes. Well, I ran to my mother to tell her of this wicked thing we had done, but my mother was dressed like a queen of the new world, and she was threatening me with a gun. And it was then that I saw it. We'd been spinning around in a trance, all dressed up in the Garden of Eden and clinging to a deadly romance. And you don't have to believe me. You could say it was only a dream. But Humpty Dumpty was patrolling the wasteland, and there was not a cradle to be seen. Well, I went back out to my garden, all full of this strange world that I'd seen, all full of the knowledge that the truth had been banished by my mother, my father, my queen. I was looking around for my carrots in the place my carrots used to be, when a big slimy slug, all smarmy and smug, said, "Hello there, it's only me. I've been thinking about your research, and I've got you a corollary. If you're looking for funding, why don't you try and prove something that the funders would like you to see?" She said, "Now you don't have to believe me, but it's all in the way that you lie. An enchantment of names, an adjustment of frames, and there's nothing you can't justify. For instance, it was only a carrot. I said, you were only a slug. She said, you called us a garden. When's the last time you got out here and dug?" You see, she knew I couldn't kill her. That's not how we do things around here. I just said, next time you come for my carrots, you be sure and drop in for a beer. 'Cause that's the way it is in my garden, that's the way it is in my head. last things that I've said. That's the way it is in the forest, that's the way it is in the sea. Twisting and turning, swarming and burning, just to find them their own way to be. That's the way it was when I saw it, and I saw it with my own eyes. All of this was sacred and unbroken and on fire with the reason why. But you're gonna run where they tell you to run, you're gonna reach for what they tell you. You think you're making up your own mind, but they're probably making that up too. All the world that is for all of us, spun by the merest of lies. Everything twisted and everything broken, and not a sign of the reason why. But when the wind blows and the banks overflow, the wise men won't answer your calls. When the tree shakes and when the bough breaks,